Fall is a critical time for cattle producers because market performance can directly impact your plans for next year. And joining us now to talk about the market outlook for the rest of the year is Troy Applehans with CattleFax. Troy, the fall calf run is well underway. We continue to see some exceptionally strong prices. And there's no doubt that we have short supplies. I've read articles suggesting the smallest calf crop since 1941 or so. But beyond just supplies and that tight supplies, what else is driving this market and what could impact us moving into next year?
This has been a tremendous run, Kevin. I mean, if you think about cattle cycles in general and factor in that most people have a 40 to 50 year working career, you get to enjoy these types of markets about 4 or 5 times in your life.
That's right.
Right? And so this has been a market that has been a little bit different from any other that I've experienced from the standpoint that it's been a highly demand-driven market. We've seen, both you and I have seen supply-driven markets quite a bit. But this one has been so demand-driven. And not only that, the things that are a little bit different about this one compared to some of the ones that we've seen in the past is there's been a lot of policy decisions that have been made that have really elevated this market maybe to levels that maybe doesn't have as much to do with the cattle fundamentals. Those two things that really elevated this market happened in early July. You know, we got a news conference by Secretary of Agriculture that essentially stated that the Mexican border was closed for the foreseeable future. The following day is when there was an additional 50% tariff added to Brazil, which made a little bit of that imported product a little bit price prohibitive. So not only did we have a tremendous demand-driven market, but then it also became a supply-driven market as well.
What amazes me is cattle feeders seem to keep coming and paying what they need to pay to fill their feed yards. I'm curious, what do you see as the market outlook for feeders through the rest of this year and into next year?
Cattle feeders have had a tremendous run for a sustained period of time. The profitability in the feed yards and the cattle feeding segment has been tremendous. And we know that when they've bought those cattle as calves or yearlings, that they were buying a break-even that maybe didn't look so attractive to them. But as the market has continued to move higher, the market's taking care of them. And I think we have to be cognizant of the fact that there is an expiration date to this cattle cycle, and they're going to buy break-evens that don't work again, and at some point the market won't take care of them. That being said, we still feel like that cattle feeders are going to be able to sustain some losses. Hopefully it's not for a sustained period of time, but it's going to be very beneficial to the cow-calf producers as well as the stocker operators.
So as we move into 2026, what should producers be thinking about relative to managing this market in the following year?
Well, as I mentioned, I think that the end of the cattle cycle peak is going to occur, if it hasn't already, right? We would anticipate that if it's not this fall, it's probably sometime into next spring. And due to the fact that we've had some policy decisions that have maybe influenced the market more so than maybe the overall fundamentals would have suggested, we can have an abrupt correction to this market at some point. Not that we feel like that it's going to stay there, but you can have a sustained correction to the market, and obviously if you're in the mode of selling cattle during that time of that market correction, it can wound you a little bit. So I think we've got to continue to focus on managing risk as we go forward through 2026 because the cycle peak is more near than it was obviously a month ago.
Great advice. Real quick, tell us a couple things about that Outlook seminar at CattleCon that we should look forward to.
You know, CattleFax looks forward to that every year because it really gives us an opportunity to kind of set the tone with regards to our outlook to the market. Not that we're always right, and obviously things change throughout the year, but I think it does give us an opportunity to get in front of a tremendous amount of people and kind of recalibrate with regards to our supply and demand fundamentals, production, weather outlook, grain outlooks. It's a tremendous opportunity for everyone to come to see us and for us to see them. So we hope to see them there.
I will certainly see you there. Thank you for coming to the show, Troy.
Thanks for having me.
Now, if you're looking for top-notch beef industry research, information, and analysis, then visit the website cattlefax.com. Also, make sure you register for CattleCon 26 so you can check out the CattleFax U.S. Global Protein and Grain Outlook Seminar. You can get all the details on how to attend at the website convention.ncba.org.